Hello. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how I created this Tyflow Growth animation. First, open the Tyflow editor, create Earth particle, and I've already downloaded a human figure, and I'm going to give some number to the total amount of particles that I want to have on my model. I want it to grow from bottom to top. Let's see how it goes. Next, adding this position object, which is where I'm assigning the positions to be on the body. The blue dots are where the particles are going to grow out. And then I'm going to hide the figure so that I will only see the particles, so it's easier to work with. Next, we have to give some shape to the particles. You can choose any shape. I chose twigs. Might not look so good, but let's see how it works. If you think the amount is too less, you can always go back and I'm going to go back to birth and change the total number of the twigs I have. I think I have actually missed one point. Well, you have to draw a box first and then add these particles to the box. So I'm creating a box, make it non-renderable and display as box. And then I'm assigning the particles to the box. Because right now the particles are already on the figure, it has to be on the box and then it should grow up on the figure. And then I'm adding an object test for the box. So I'm giving the particles, I'm assigning the particles to grow on the box instead of the body. So this is how it looks. A bit weird. Maybe we can fix that. I'm going to create another event. So because the growth particles and the positions need to have two events, and since both are in red, I'm going to change one to yellow so we can see the difference. As you can see, the red one is the event 1, where I assigned the particles to the box, which will be the twigs that will be growing, and the yellow ones are actually the position where it's going to grow later. So I'm just going to make it into dots so we can see that. And I'm going to add particle groups to event 2 and assign P. You can choose any letter that you want. And then I have connected it to the object test, and I'm adding another property test to event 1, which is for the box. So I chose neighbor. I'm going to put greater for test true. And you can change the test value to 0 here. And then assign the same letter as before, so they both match, and then connect the two events as so. And now let's see if it works. It works, but it's a bit weird. I mean, if you're satisfied with that, you can stop there, but I'd like to go forward. It's a bit too fast, so I'm going to change it to 100. That's when the growth completes. Or you can change it back to whichever number that you want. Make it slow down or make it faster. And here I'm changing the radius, absolute radius, so that it will be scattered more. I'm just playing around with all these numbers to see if I get what I want. I think 5 works for me. Next, I'm going to add rotation to the twigs so it will be scattered a bit more randomly as so, but it doesn't look so good. Maybe I'll change the shape later to something else, and then I'm going to add a scale so it grows out in different scales, at different areas of the body. And then here I'm adding another scale, keeping the variation uniform always. Oops, it doesn't work. Maybe it's a bit too less in the first one. Yep. So you can always play with these variations because depending on your shape, it might vary. Looks like a weird hairy disease. So I just changed 2 leaves because I don't like how the twigs are working, but the leaves are too big, so we can always go back and change the scale. 300 works fine. Maybe 200 is better. And then from the birth particles, I can increase the total amount, so I will have more leaves, so the body will be covered in more leaves. So I'm going to go to the scale and change these numbers until I get what I want. Now it's too small and uniform. So this is something that I like. So I played around with for a while until I got this. But it's still disappearing too fast. So I'm going to change the number a bit. See how that works. That looks even better. Yep. So once you get your desired growth effect, you can go add materials, V-Ray materials. I just use very simple V-Ray materials, and I just changed to the colors that I liked and then rendered it to get this. It's so satisfying, isn't it?